When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our travel peace of mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle.
KISW presents the KISW Financial Advisor. Here to talk money, please welcome Todd. I invented numbers, so I know how this stuff works. Peach.
Well, if you want to know what to do with your dough, then this is the show. That's it. That's it. There you go. That's all I got for you. Please welcome. Please welcome good, Todd BJ. Peach. Thank you, Todd. Todd Peach, of course, from BECU.org. Todd is a guy for 25 years, actually over 25 years now. Todd has been he's been looking at numbers and looking at money and basically just saying, I know this stuff. And if you have a question at all, what you got to do is call us at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Now, don't forget about BECU. It's a credit union. And Todd, why is it that credit unions, in some people's minds, are better than your average bank?
The biggest reason, BJ, is you own us. And so credit unions are cooperatives and they're owned by the membership. So everything we do, the focus is what, at the end of the day, the bottom line is anything we bring in revenue-wise or expense-wise, it impacts the membership. So if we're bringing money in the form of income, which we need, because we need to add branches and ATMs and online banking and all the services you require. But at the end of the day, it goes back to the members versus stockholders. So it's just a full circle. So it's people helping people. So by joining together, we can all do better.
I like this. And of course you do everything else a bank does, so that's the thing. So all the negative stuff that some people associate with banks, that's not there, but all the cool stuff you can do with that at a regular bank, you can do at BECU or any credit union.
Lots of myths. You think we don't have access and convenience, and actually you have as good or better through the co-op network. We credit unions are cooperatives. We work together. So as a BECU member, you can use many thousands of other credit unions, ATMs for free. There's just a lot of myths that people think that joining a credit union, you don't have access and convenience, but that's just not the case.
And you're saying, okay, what if I want to do this, BJ? Well, if you live, work, or attend school in Washington State, guess what? You can be part of BECU. Just check them out, BECU.org. And another cool thing that BECU does, and we've been doing this for a long time with Todd, is you know what? They are willing to help you understand the world of finance to the best so that you can have a great life. They will do a lot of things for you, including where Todd is just like, hey, I will take questions on your radio show because, Todd knew and I knew, back in 2008, I think, when we saw things going crazy for people real estate wise and people being underwater, that financial intelligence and financial knowledge just not there for a lot of us, and not our faults, and schools really don't teach a whole lot of it. So Todd was like, I'll answer any question you got. And that's what we're doing here right now. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Dennis in Issaquah, you are on with Todd Peach from BECU.org.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
What you got, Dennis?
Question. I have a construction loan. 6.5 years. I finally got my building permit done. Started clearing yesterday. But because of COVID, we are now running $100K over budget. Where can I get a short-term $100K?
Oh, boy. What kind of collateral do you have, Dennis?
I got a lot of equity. I got cars. I got it's when you talk about I have the rainy day fund and all of that. I have all of that put together. It just we're $100K over budget, and I need to come up with $100K.
Let me ask you this:
Have you talked to anybody in the banking community at all, or who are you? Who's your current lender? Are you using anybody?
You are the first person, and the construction loan. They're not working with me. It's everything's been done. We can't make any changes.
Ooh, this sounds like a big one, Todd. A big puzzle.
I feel bad asking someone for $5. I don't even know how to get.
Yeah, the $100K definitely is a big ask. But I mean, if you're a business, I don't know. If you're a business, I don't know if it's a big ask. I mean, people are dealing in millions and skillions.
I can connect you with my cousin Vito. He might be able to help.
Hey, I got $100K for you. You pay it back at 50% interest. So let me ask you this, Todd. When you ask somebody what kind of collateral do they have, what kind of collateral would you be looking for to give somebody a loan of that amount?
I mean, on a construction loan, you're looking your primary piece is the property, right? Whatever you're working on. It sounds like there might be a primary lender on that sounds like that's the first place to go. And Dennis, it sounds like you maybe you've already done that. So secondarily, we'd be looking at, do you own a home? Home would be the big thing. It would be, is there a home equity loan or line of credit that you could take out on your primary residence just to fill that gap? There shouldn't be any fees to do that. Maybe it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is, that you could take out that home equity loan if you own a primary residence and fund the business and then pay it off once you close on the project. So, but there's going to have to be some sort of collateral involved for most lenders to really do that. And otherwise, you're going to go to to a market where you really don't want to be. Where interest rates are going to be very, very high. So,
what I would recommend, Dennis, is definitely email Todd because it sounds like a very complex question, which, Todd, I bet you have a lot of help like you've been giving him so far, but it does seem like this is way over the average person's pay grade as far as like normally people just worry about their own personal finances. This is a whole business thing.
Yeah, lots of details and things to look at. So, yeah, like BJ said, Dennis, just shoot me an email. I'll get you hooked up with our business services folks, and if nothing else, we'll turn over every rock we can and try to process it. And obviously no guarantees, but we'll do everything we can to try to help.
And go to KISW.com, scroll down, and you'll see the banner with Todd's smiling face, and that's where you'll get the email link.
This is like why I could never be working in the banking industry. If someone came in and said, I need $100,000, I would just start laughing. I'd be like, and I need a unicorn. So I don't know where either one of us is going to get this.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be good at that.
I'd be terrible.
Or maybe you would be great at that because you'd never give out any loans. I mean,
yeah, but they'd be like, you're not doing anything here. You're just sitting here laughing. That just seems like a ridiculous amount of money.
206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. Todd, a lot of people have wondered whatever happened to Fox from the X-Files. Well, here he is right here. He's in Burien. Fox, you are on the Rock.
Hey, BJ.
Hey, is the truth still out there, Fox? And he's never heard of it.
The truth is out there. You just got to discover it.
There we go. Fox, how much have you hated that name? Because, because of that damn show.
Oh, I actually absolutely love it. Actually,
oh, that's cool.
I don't get the super reference to it that often.
No, just from old people.
It's always positive.
Right,
so yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah,
you're right, Steve.
Yeah, X-Files is just misgeneration of mine. So
yeah,
my mother was very much into it, but it didn't come from Fox. The show.
All right, so Fox, what's your question for Todd Peach from BECU.org?
My question is, what's the most important thing to buying a house? Like, what's the most important step? Like, is it having a good credit score? Is it having a down payment? Is it finding the house to purchase for? Like, what should you be focused on most?
Where are you at in the process, Fox? Are you a first-time home buyer, I assume?
Yeah, first-time home buyer with a wife. We both have above 650 credit scores, and we have very little down payment. And that's basically where we're at. We're working with a broker, but we don't have any hard plans.
Okay. I'm not going to say there's one thing that's the most important. It's a combination of things. If you haven't taken a first-time homebuyer class, I would highly recommend it. We have them for free at BECU. I'm sure there's other people that do it. You don't have to be a member at BECU to do it. It's just cool. Information, knowledge that you're going to get for free. No strings attached. But I mean, there's a lot of things. So there's your credit score, which you just mentioned is 650. I would like to see that a little higher if possible.
Where would you like to see Where would you like to see that at, Todd? What's a good credit score for someone wanting to buy a house?
Well, I mean, every lender is a little bit different, BJ, but I would say 760, 780.
Oh, damn.
Somewhere in there,
Wow.
you're going to start to get into that A tier.
Yeah.
So we got a little ways to go, but I think we can get there.
So does that mean if he's lower than that, will he have to pay more interest or something? Is that
yeah, absolutely. It's very possible that if you're, at that score, that the interest rate he might have to pay might be a little bit higher. And when you're talking about a 30-year mortgage or whatever, 20, whatever you do over that time, just a small difference makes a huge difference. In the interest that you pay over the life of that loan. So I would say the first-time home buyer class, take that. You'll get a lot of information. Your credit score is definitely, something you want to focus on. A down payment would be nice. It's, there's a lot of loans out there, VA, FHA. There's loans that require very little down. If you're modest income, there's a lot of grants that are out there for folks that are free if you're a first-time home.
And Todd, do you guys cover? Will you guys cover all of this in that first-time home buyers class?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I didn't know you guys did that. Wow.
A lot of factors. I mean, I think that then outside of all that, the most important thing is can you afford that home and can you afford to stay in that home?
Okay, Steve, I thought we had a professional on. You got to be able to afford things. Like that's the question you ask. That's not how I do, Todd. I buy things and then I figure if I can afford it later, and if I can't, hey, what are you going to do?
Just going to cut back on my coffee.
That's what happened. That was what was happening when we started this back in 2008.
Yeah, you're right.
2009, right, BJ? So.
Yeah. Well, that is. I mean, unfortunately, and Todd, you make a good point. Sometimes there are, people that will give you loans that are really more than you can afford, even though they say you can. And so that's why it's really good to get the information. And Todd, if people just go and click on the link that's on the KISW page and email you'll send them to the proper place to sign up for that class?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you a link to those sites where you can sign up for free. So
that's great.
Again, you don't have to be a BUC member. We're all about educating and empowering folks to make the best decision.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because first of all, when you can take your significant other to a place to get information that's not coming from you, because sometimes, I don't know, man, I have a hard time hearing my wife tell me stuff, even if it's right, and vice versa, just because you go, oh, what do you know? But, if somebody educates me and it's not like my significant other, I don't feel so threatened like I'm a loser. Oh, all right, you're a professional. It's not like my wife telling me I'm stupid.
Right.
I like that idea. So,
what a great date night.
Yeah.
Get together.
Well, it's an exciting part of that process, of buying a house, which is a real cool thing to be able to do. But to get educated like that, man, I like that idea.
You're gonna talk to people that are experts, which that's what they do, BJ. And whether it's a lender who can tell you the ins and outs and what not to do and what you should do, or it's a real estate agent who's been in the industry for decades and kind of knows tips and ins and outs. So free information that you can use and to your benefit.
I like that. And again, it's just one of the cool things that BECU does, and it is a great, great way to do your banking. Todd, as usual, again, we got more questions than time, but you can always email him. Just go to KISW.com, scroll down to the banner with Todd's smiling face, click on it, and that'll take you where you got to go. Todd, thanks for being with us, buddy.
Thanks, BJ. Much appreciated.
There you go, Todd from BECU.org. And now, oh, man, Metallica back in the news because, you know what? Sure, you can get home buying classes, first-time home buying classes, so that's cool. But how about Metallica's got their own classes, online classes, so that you can learn how to play just like Metallica. And you'll hear from Metallica talking about this at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, I could have been a somebody if I just had the proper lessons. I could have been a big star. Well, Metallica is giving you the opportunity. They're offering video classes to teach you how to play just like them.
Is this on DeVry or is this part of University of Phoenix? Like, which online school do I need to go to?
No, it's Metallica's OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I want to major in Metallica.
Nice. Here's a clip from their announcement video about them offering classes to teach you to be like them.
So, you want to play like Metallica? Yeah. The best way to play like us is to play with us.
In this musician course, you'll learn our most recognizable riffs.
You'll learn how to play Metallica songs the way we play them.
Nothing else matters. Fade to black.
The real way to play Master of Puppets.
Enter Sandman.
The Unforgiven.
We're going to play them together on Musician.
Are you ready? Get musician and let's play.
I want to learn the fake way to play Master of Puppets, personally.
Yeah, I've never heard of Musician, so it's just like musician, but instead of the MU, it's YOU, musician.com. I've never heard of this company unless Metallica's really going to be the first one, and then they're going to have a lot of bands teach you how to play like them.
Well, for just the cheap price of $100 over the course of a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, what is that, a couple bucks a month. Hey, you could learn.
The first course, Riff Light, is available today, while future lessons include Rock and Rhythm and Take the Lead.
When is the lesson on how to haze your bassist and then eventually kick him out of the band?
Oh, that's
or
a master.
Quits. I can't remember.
That's a master class.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you have to pay the extra, the family package for that one. What a money grab.
Well, dude, you see a lot of actors doing
I love
this.
it.
He's a lot like Steve Martin's teaching you how to do comedy or play the banjo. Samuel L. Jackson, he can teach you how to act. I mean, a lot of folks are doing this masterclass stuff. So I guess I'm surprised it took music this long to figure it out to do this money grab.
To be honest, I mean, I call it a money grab. I mean, it's still kind of fun if you're a Metallica fan to be able to, like, especially if I was in my teens, that would be something I would want, like, just to learn how to play, like things like how they play it. That'd be fun.
It makes sense because people go to YouTube to learn how to do things, and this is basically a video of them showing you how to do this.
Well, and a lot of times too, it's like when you're trying to learn a song on guitar, especially back when I was trying to learn it, it's like you have the tabs, you have like that you could try to learn, which are easier musical notes, and it's still confusing. So to have somebody sit there and say like, no, this is how you need to stroke it or whatever, it's like,
pardon me,
go. You're welcome.
There are free videos for that, Danny. You don't need to pay $100 a year for that.
You're actually right. I mean, I can go to a .com site there that thumbnails.
Because there's a YouTube page, it's called Drumeo, and it's I go on it from time to time, just like because it's fun to just see what they do. They have all these different drummers that share, like the drummer from Tool's been a part of this. They've even done like a whole video about the genius of Danny Carey, the drummer of Tool, and they have different like big name drummers sharing like some of the stuff. But one of my favorite things they do on it has nothing really to do with like a lesson. They've had Dave Grohl on it as well. They have like a fusion jazz drummer, and they'll be like, here's Metallica or here's Tool. We're not without the drums. Listen to the music and write your own drum part, and then you see what they come up with, and it's just like, it's kind of cool. And then they also have like guys teaching about active listening. So it's like, here's Metallica. They did a Metallica song. And he's like, I'll listen to it. And you watch them like listening actively to it. And then, after you listen to it once, try and replicate Enter Sandman.
So basically you at home could try to play along with whatever or could you?
I mean, maybe, but it's more so just to watch like one of the best of whatever genre of drumming that they're in, trying to dissect something that's not in their wheelhouse, which I think is very interesting.
This is free. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think they have an app that like basically will help you like learn how to play drums properly. I mean, they advertise something. I just skipped that.
There's an app for that.
I just want the free stuff, man.
Drumeo.
Well, it's funny with the musician. I've seen it, like, it's been marketed to me before, and I've actually thought about downloading it just to see, like, can I become a better guitar player? But they do like piano and ukulele and all kinds of
ukulele.
Yeah, I think if you do the membership, from what I'm reading, you have access to all of these, like unlimited access to guitar, piano, bass, ukulele, and singing.
That's awesome. No drums?
No drums yet.
Drumeo. I'm sticking with Drumeo.
Right.
So musician probably knows, well, the drums are covered, so we won't try that.
Even musicians disrespecting the drummer doesn't view him as a real member
sorry.
of the band.
You're kind of like a field goal kicker. What are you going to do?
Almost looks like you're playing Guitar Hero. Like the way that the app is, it's kind of cool.
Oh, wow. That is
So you kind of know which string to be strumming on, which fingers to go where.
That's pretty brilliant since this is the Guitar Hero generation. Think about it. Yeah, that's really, really brilliant.
I miss Guitar Hero. I haven't played it in so long.
Well, but get going.
Yeah, you can come over to my house. I still got the old Rock Band
You
set up.
don't really miss. If you did, you'd buy one and play it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Do they still make it? Can you still buy one?
eBay
maybe.
That's the problem. Is the reason why they all went away is because they stopped manufacturing the guitars.
Oh,
yeah, and the controllers are now very expensive to get, which I'm praying that mine never breaks.
What's taking its place? Because it was so hot.
I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why people, or is it younger people, just don't want to do that the way your generation did.
There's a game called Rocksmith, which is you use an actual guitar and you strum along with that and go along with that. So it's kind of like one of those things. I think that's the biggest one, but that's still pretty old as well.
Wow.
I see some people like online using the mods and the modulator type of things for their PC to play, like on like streaming and stuff. But I think a lot of the times they're either using like their own custom guitars that they've made or fixed, or keyboards and stuff.
Why did they stop manufacturing them since it was such a hot
It probably didn't do well anymore.
Because,
it faded out.
There were so many of them out there. There were like 4 iterations of Rock Band. One of them at one point had a keyboard, that flopped pretty hard.
Yep.
And it's just too high of a cost, and people didn't want to buy them. And there was
oversaturation.
Yep. And there was a bunch of those plastic guitars at Goodwills and stuff.
Damn. Because that was the thing. I mean,
it still is the thing. I've got almost 1,000 songs on my Rock Band.
It's a thing for you, but if it's not being made anymore, I don't know if we could say it's a thing anymore.
So it's a Rev, can I come over and play too? I'll buy food.
Maybe.
Hey, what are you buying?
Maybe.
Yeah, tell me what you're buying.
All right, fair enough. I feel like you should get to pick if someone's coming over to use all your stuff for free. But that's how I remember that deal to work. I'll bring food, but I won't tell you what it is.
Surprise me. Yeah.
Here's a vegetable. Oh, great. There's a new study and it's about Zoom, because we're all Zooming, kids. We're all doing it.
Yeah, at least once a week I'm on a Zoom thing.
Yeah. I have a buddy of mine, though, that's still trying to get me to do Teams, which is the Microsoft Zoom product.
Tell them to give it up.
Yeah, that's what I tried to tell him yesterday. I was like, dude, first of all, do I look like I'm in charge of a corporation? I don't have any say in the
No, join me on Google Chats or whatever the hell it's called. What was that one, remember?
Yeah.
Like Gmail Chats or something.
Oh, like G-Chat.
Yeah.
Google has tried so many things to get into somebody else's business, and it just didn't work. You know what I mean? I feel bad for Google. Didn't they had all sorts of Google Cloud or Google
They had Google
Groups.
Plus. Oh, is it Google Plus?
Yeah, Google Plus was a flop, and I tried.
Yeah.
I really heavily invested into that as far as my time.
Yeah.
And that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, if BJ invests in something,
you're done.
Run away.
Don't do it.
Yep.
So here's the thing about Zoom. Turns out, according to this new study, if we stare at ourselves, which a lot of us do when we Zoom, unless you're smart like me, or if you have to do like a multi-picture Zoom, where it's like, more than one person on the screen, it's tough because, you want to see everybody, even though some person's speaking. For some reason, you still want to have access to everybody.
Right.
But if it's nice if okay, I only want the speaker, then you never see you for the most part. You're in the little corner.
You can remove yourself from the little corner, though. You can,
I didn't know you could do that.
I always do that. Because I do get distracted and I just start I'm not even trying to be like a narcissist, but I just start looking at myself and I'm like, what the hell?
Can I remove myself from my own screen? Like, what about when I do the multi-layer view? I can remove myself from that too?
I believe so, yeah.
There's a meeting setting that says remove self-view.
All right.
That helps on your cell phone because sometimes you can only have somebody tied.
Yep. That's what I use all the time because I end up, just like Steve, I get distracted by myself and I'm like stroking my beard and trying to
I want
stuff.
Show me exactly where to go after this break.
Yeah, super easy, man.
Because I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'll just be like, what the hell, Steve? Like, what is wrong with you? And I'll be like, I'm not even listening to anyone in the Zoom call. I'm just like staring. I'm like, that you just look weird.
Or if you're Sarah, you just take selfies of yourself, of your Zoom screen.
Well, that's sweet. It's all about building memories.
I was like, Sarah, what are you doing one time? She's like,
she felt she looked good in the thing.
Yeah.
Me taking a picture.
I don't blame her.
Do you know there's also a setting? Someone told me about this because I was joking about how I just look like Shrek with like the brightness turned all the way up. And somebody was like, you can there's like a setting where you can kind of almost put a filter on your face.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Right, it's like that Snapchat filter where it smooths out your skin.
Yeah, like the kind of a glow up feature.
Oh man, I want to put it like to the max, just so I wonder if people will say anything, like where it's like you just look like a blurry face.
Well, I think someone would say something if you look like a blurry face. Steve, are you in this dimension? Are you in the upside down?
Yeah, would they be like, Steve's so insecure he blurrified himself?
See, no, I would think there's something wrong with my phone and I have like a bad cell signal or something.
But everyone else looks smooth and fine.
Yeah.
Except for one person.
Yes,
They're just all blurred up.
Yeah.
Or instead of just your face, it blurs your whole body, and they're like, what are you exactly censoring there, Steve?
Yes.
Like that plan.
Oh, they should have like a pixelate one.
Yeah.
Like a witness protection setting.
Like a cop setting where they blur out your faces.
Yes. Then Steve could be holding a kielbasa and people are going, what's going on over here?
And then it changes your voice. It's like, yeah, it sounded like a witness protection guy.
At this point, do you even want to be on the Zoom meeting? Because
no, more often than not, I choose to not have the video on.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. Because that's really the way to go.
Yep.
Here's the thing, man. They're saying that if you stare at yourself too long on Zoom, you will actually be put in a bad mood, according to this new study. And researchers actually did this, man. They were monitoring people's eye movements to track what they were looking at on Zoom calls. And, of course, their mood got worse and worse and worse the more they focused on their own video. Yeah. How about that? So the people that did that more than anybody else, they're the ones that were in the bad mood after the Zoom call.
So we all just hate looking at ourselves, basically.
And you're not going to like this because a lot of people love to drink and Zoom. Alcohol makes it worse. So you're on there going, I hate myself. I'll have that new Jack and Coke machine thing that they're doing together. Yeah. So, because this is really nuts that drinking and Zooming and looking at yourself, not a good thing.
I never had a drink. I'm trying to think if I ever drink. Well, I don't drink much.
Didn't we have the happy hour? We did
like the happy hours.
It was on StreamYard. Yeah. It wasn't Zoom, but it was similar.
StreamYarding. It's different. I drink on StreamYard all the time. Okay. I'm an alcoholic on StreamYard.
Yeah.
I'm straight edge on Zoom.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So basically, the secret to life is if we don't focus on ourselves, we're happier, which, by the way, almost every self-help sort of message, anything at all, any philosophy, any religion tells you, stop focusing on you and you'll be happier. And now we have research on Zoom saying, yeah, it's kind of the story.
Remove all the mirrors from your house, too, while we're at it.
Yeah, why not?
I really am getting to the point when I see all this research, it's like, wow, they really were right back in Sunday school. All the little sort of morals of the story and everything they told us that as a kid, I go, you stupid adults don't know what you're talking about. And now I feel like, how much money and how much therapy, how much have I paid? And pretty much it's those lessons if I just listened. Damn it.
That required listening, though.
That's a good point. Again, I'm too busy looking at myself to listen, Steve. Come on.
Right. How can you hear when you're staring at yourself?
Yesterday, Steve, in spite of the fact he kept looking at himself, did get this one right.
Pete Conrad was the third astronaut to do what?
I'm going to guess walk on the moon.
Yes.
Oh, that sucks for him. No one ever talks about it.
I know, right?
There was no way. When you said the name Pete Conrad, I wouldn't know who he is.
No, if you asked me who's the third person to walk on the moon, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Or separately, if you just said who's
Buzz's
Pete
buddy.
Yeah,
Buzz's buddy.
That's about it. That's it.
Pete Lightyear over there.
Yeah, that's it. You want a shot at beating Steve? It's simple. You got to dial this number, 206-421-ROCK, and then you got to answer more questions than him when we play Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.